So it's that time of the year again, holiday season. You need to buy a bunch of different gifts for your friends and families, and you're already out of ideas. But if you have a couple of gamer friends in your life, don't worry, I'll get you covered. This video is for you, so let's get through a couple of ideas. And I know you'll find something interesting in today's video that for sure will make your life easier in this holiday season. So first thing first, let's get the obvious out of the way. This is a bit more expensive, but we had to cover it. First of all, of course, you can get a couple of different consoles, and I have here the ROG Ally. This is a device that came this year, and if your friend is a PC gamer, I know they will love this because they can take their PC games on the go. This is an amazing device, I know they'll love it, but keep in mind this can be pretty expensive. But there are some cheaper options out there, but still in a more expensive side, but I'll show them either way. As a cheaper alternative, but still on a more expensive side, of course you can get the Steam Deck. This is a device that went out last year, but you can get these for cheaper now because Valve also has a refurbished program. But keep in mind that there are more versions of this one, storage, but also there is an OLED model now, so make sure you're checking the specs before you buy these. But I know that your gamer friends will love a device like this. And even though Nintendo Switch 2 will most likely come up next year, the Nintendo Switch OLED is still a great alternative. They have gone down in price quite a bit, but they're not that cheap yet. But this is still an amazing device, not the best hardware, but a lot of fun, a lot of games to play on it. But if it were for me, I'll actually wait for next year because Nintendo Switch 2 most likely will come, so these will come obsolete quite soon. Now, before we move to a different category, I still want to cover a couple of more consoles. If you know your friend very well and you know they've been a gamer for a long time, I know for sure they will love a handheld console if they don't have one already in their life. And for today's video, I chose the Game Boy Color. I think every gamer knows about it and they would love to have this in their collection if they don't already. The Game Boy is actually still a very good present to get. If you're looking on eBay or Facebook Marketplace, then you can definitely find these for cheaper if you have the time. But this is just an idea. There are so many other handheld devices that you can find for cheap. So all you have to do is look for eBay or Marketplace, and I'm sure you'll definitely find one. And of course I had to include one of my favorites, and it's a bit more expensive, but the PlayStation Vita is still an amazing device. You can do so many things with it now. I will not go into details, but if you have a gamer friend in your life, for sure they will appreciate one of these consoles. But again, you have to keep in mind that these are not new anymore, so you'll have to go on eBay and Marketplace again, but I highly recommend you look into these devices. In the next category, we will talk about controllers, of course. What kind of gamer doesn't love a new controller? And in today's video, I want to show you a couple of my favorites, and first thing first, I will go with a DualSense PlayStation 5 controller, and this is the Spider-Man 2 edition. This is an amazing looking device, so if you get for that special edition controller, I know they will love you. And there are a bunch of different ones out there already. So this is the newest one for the Spider-Man 2 game, but you can also go for older alternatives, and I have the God of War Ragnarok edition over here, and this is again for the PlayStation 5. Great controllers, you will not go wrong with either one of them. But of course you can always go with some third-party controllers, and the one that I'm mostly using is the Stadia one. I got this for free actually in the end because Google paid us back all the money that we paid for these devices. So this is actually my go-to controller whenever I'm on the go, and I use this with my ROG Ally, Steam Deck, and a couple of other consoles. But there are a lot of different options out there, and again, a controller, you will not go wrong with it. I know that your gamer friend will appreciate one of these gifts. Then depending on what kind of consoles your friend have, customization may be something that they're into, and I'm giving a couple of examples. And first thing first, I'm showing this backplate for the Steam Deck. This is the JSOX transparent purple one. This just gives a better look of the Steam Deck, and I absolutely adore this thing. And they come for different models. The ROG Ally even has one, and I'm planning on doing a video soon about it. But of course you can always go with a case which is easier to apply, and I have a couple of here. This is one from Subcase that is available for the Steam Deck, and as you can see, it goes really well inside. This will protect their consoles. There are a bunch of different producers and for different consoles out there, so I know you'll find the specific one for your friend. I even have one for Nintendo Switch over here that I have featured in a bunch of different videos, so I'll link everything down below, of course. This one is from Kiwi Home. I have been using this case ever since I got it. It's one of my favorite. Again, you cannot go wrong if your friend has one of these consoles. I know for sure they will enjoy a case for their device. Or you can also go for a carrying case, and this is for the ROG Ally. And as you can see, the ROG Ally can go inside very snug, and you can take this on the go in a backpack. So all you have to do is know what kind of console your friend has, and I know that you'll get a bunch of different cases for their devices, so you cannot go wrong with those ones. Next, one of my favorite type of accessories, especially for these portable PC gaming devices, I highly recommend you getting a USB-C docking station. This will allow to use the portable PC devices like the ROG Ally or Steam Deck with a monitor or mouse and keyboard. It has a bunch of different ports. This model that I have over here even features an internal SSD. I have so many different docking stations and I made a bunch of different videos and I link everything down below. And the one that I'm currently testing out with my desktop over there is this one from Ivanki. This is a really slim and I like the shape of it. It's made from aluminum. It has a really nice cable, a bunch of different ports. As you can see, it has plenty of room, so you can put your ROG Ally or Steam Deck, the Legion Go even inside, so you cannot go wrong with it. But I'll link a bunch of different ones right here in the description, so you will not go wrong with either one of them. Next, a more obvious one, it's of course the games. But be careful because there are so many different games for different consoles, different genres, so you'll have to know your friends pretty well in order to buy the perfect game for them. You may be tempted to go for one of the most recent releases, and I have Cyberpunk over here, and it's not a new game, but with the update that was released very soon, this is actually a pretty good game to get. And again, you'll have to make sure that you're buying this for the right console or for PC, because otherwise the gift will be unusable, so you have to return that game. And of course, if you really know your friend and you know that they have a favorite game, an old game, and then you can also go for some older titles, and I have a bunch of different ones over here. These are one of my favorite games out there, and I have GTA San Andreas over here and also Red Dead Redemption 1 for PS3. These are actually sealed, you can still find them in stores. These are one of my favorites, and having them in my collection, it's actually amazing. So if you know your friend and you know that they're looking for some older titles, I highly recommend you getting these ones. But again, make sure that you're getting the right game, because you don't want to buy something that they will not be able to use. Moving on to a different category, and actually one of my favorite accessories to buy for a gamer, I'm talking about figurines. If you know that your friend has some specific games that they actually adore, you'll definitely find some figurines for that game, and I have a bunch of different ones to show you in today's video. First of all, I have this God of War that came with the collector's edition for the 2018 game. This is an official product and I love the details, and I know your friend will enjoy one of these ones. But you can also go for some other titles and some other official products, and I have one from Assassin's Creed Valhalla over here. This wasn't part of the collector's edition, but you can buy this separately, or you can even get some animes ones, and I have the Naruto over here. The quality is not the same compared to the other ones, but still a great gift. And in the same category, if you have a friend that is a big fan of Nintendo, I'll know they'll appreciate some Amiibos, and I have a few of them over here. I have Bowser and Charizard. These are some great looking figurines. They are quite small. Depending on the title and how old they are, you can find these for a fairly decent price. Or you can go for something like the Funko Pop, and I have over here one from Spider-Man. You most likely find these pretty much easily, depending of course how old these are, but there are a bunch of different ones. I know that you'll find the perfect gift for your friends in the Funko Pop store. Now to close off this video, I actually have a bunch of different ones that you may have not considered, and these are the more quirky ones that I have in my possession, and I would love if someone would manage to give this as a present for me. And I'm talking about some weirder gadgets that you can get for your friends. First thing first, I have a bunch of different coasters, and these are in the shape of the Nintendo NES cartridge. This can be used on a bedside table or on a desk, so whatever. These are just some great looking coasters. These are actually official products, everything gaming related. I know that your gaming friend will love. Then I have something more special, like a graded Pokemon card. Don't ask me why I have this graded, but I actually love having this in my collection. So if you know your friends really well, then you can get something like this, but make sure that you get the proper one, of course. Then you can buy like an old childhood game of theirs, and for example, I have Pokemon Red over here for the Game Boy. Again, if you know your friends really well and you know they have a childhood game or a favorite game or whatever, then if they don't have this in their collection already, I know they will love you for ages if you buy something like that. But I cannot stress this enough. Make sure that you actually get the game that they know they want. Another example is something more quirky, and I have here the Pocket Station. This is actually, if you don't know, the first ever Sony handheld device. This was released in Japan only. You can find this for pretty cheap on eBay. This is something that I know your gamer friend will love to have in their collection. It's not something that everyone has. They're not expensive, so you cannot go wrong with this device. Or you can go for a product that maybe is not that well known, but I know they will adore. And I have over here some Nintendo Hanafuda cards. These are actually the first Nintendo product that they were ever released. So these are part of the Nintendo history, so the gaming history, of course. These may not be video game related, but I know that your gamer friend will adore having something like this in their collection. So this category is actually one of my favorite. I know there are a bunch of different things that you can get for them. All you have to do is look around, browse a bit of the internet, and I know you'll find that perfect gift, but please have something like this in mind. I know that they will love you for ages for this. Alright guys, I try to go as fast as I can from all these categories. I know that some of them can be quite expensive, but I try to go in through different categories to give you some idea on what to get, and I know that your gamer friend will appreciate you either way, but make sure that you put the effort into getting these kind of gifts, and your gamer friend or family member, I know they will adore you. And I really hope this video helps you out in getting that perfect gift. And if you have some more ideas, I would love to hear them out. Please drop them in the comments and help the community out. I know that there are a bunch of different accessories that you can get and I haven't featured in this video. Maybe someone will benefit from that idea, so make sure to comment down below. Alright guys, that's it for this video. Hope you find it useful. Drop a like if you did. Now this is the Tech Unravel and I'll catch you in the next video.